Just squad-wise, first of all, can you just give us the rundown on Ash?
Yeah, Ash is, I think it's a lateral ankle ligament, which is not great, but it's not the worst it could have been. So it's looking at sort of 4 to 6 week type injury.
It will be a blow nonetheless, though, I'm guessing.
Yeah, Ash has been playing well and been, real quality leader and a real part of how we've endeavoured to play our footy at the back end of last year. And whilst it hasn't all been smooth to start this year, he's really a key part of our team for sure.
Who does it open a door for, do you think, possibly?
Well, Newman's there and ready to go, so he'll play a bigger role this week for sure.
Obviously, you touched on this after the game. I mean, part A, as Harry sort of pulled through okay, and part B, just can you give us an insight into when the things you're sort of weighing up in terms of putting Harry Newman in from the off?
He's pulled up fine, as he should after a 25-minute hit out. It's sort of following the strength and conditioning principles of progressive overload and gradually building up his demand on the field. Now there's a lot of work he can get done and load can get done not in the game, but there's nothing quite the same as game day exertion. So building that up, as I said, he's a unique character and a unique athlete. So building that up gradually will be a priority for us in the next little bit.
How encouraged were you with his contribution on Friday?
Yeah, very. He's he knows how to play, and I thought his kick chase and sort of off the ball stuff was probably the highlight of his time on the field, where he had a lot of energy chasing kicks and made a difference. Obviously scoring one and making some good tackles on our kick chase. So people are looking for the big play, sort of, Harry, but the actual effort plays were there, which was pleasing.
Bruce is back in the squad. Has he got a credible chance of being involved this week?
Yeah, it seems his foot's settled quite well. So we'll see how everything is after today's session.
Is he back in contention earlier than you might have thought?
Earlier than first thought, obviously, with that the way the injury happened on the evening. But it has settled quite well, so we thought it wouldn't be too far away.
So you're going Friday to Thursday. It's not the shortest turnaround, but are you sort of weighing up possible changes elsewhere to freshen things up or not?
Not really. I feel like everyone's pulled through fine. There'll be a couple of changes through injury, and Justin will be back in the mix as well. I don't think there's any real need for rotation at this point in time.
How's fatherhood treating Justin?
Yeah, he said he had a good sleep last night, so you take him as a dad. You take every good sleep you can.
So he's just had one good sleep?
Well, I didn't ask him about it. Yeah, I just said, how you going? Yep, good sleep last night. So that's all that matters, really, the last one.
Yeah, take it when you get it. James McDonald, just a word on him. He made, I think, 38 tackles on his home debut on Friday. Just give us an insight into how he's progressing and settling in there.
I think he's done a tremendous job for us in the couple of games he's played. The first time he's played back-to-back Super League games last week. He's played 80 minutes 2 weeks in a row, which is a big step forward for him. He came looking for an opportunity to be a weekly, top 17 player, and he's made a good fist of his opportunities to date. I feel he's done a good job fitting in with that right edge that with Nene and Durrell both very hungry to carry the ball a lot in yardage, that James has allowed him to do that, and he's picked up a lot of the defensive workload on that edge and also supporting the middle unit. So I think it's a good mix for us on that edge at this point in time.
What's your take on Castleford then at the moment?
They're a very experienced team, and they've got a lot of players that I've watched for a lot of years that have been very, very good players. So that's my only area of interest at this point, is having our players prepared for those players playing well.
The team seemingly low on confidence with that, from what you've seen. Would that be fair to say?
Confidence is extremely temporary, in my opinion. I don't buy into confidence. I think confidence is what you tell yourself, and they've got a lot of players in their team that have been there and done it before. So I'm expecting them to come out and play hard and compete hard and throw plenty at us. And we're looking forward to that challenge.
Can I just ask you about Luke Hooley, who we've not seen so far this year? How far off is he now?
Luke will be playing in the reserves game on Saturday at Cass.
You'd be keen to see him in action. Obviously, you saw him in the New Zealand game last year, but looking forward to him getting back.
Yeah, very much so. He started the pre-season in promising fashion. Had an unfortunate training injury. He's had 3 months of rehab and returning to play. So he's excited to play, and we're excited to have him back playing. But it's going to take him a little while to fully find his feet and get his game fitness back. But one step at a time this weekend.
You're getting some competition for places now, aren't you, with these players returning from long-term injury?
Well, if in Luke's case, it'll be a few weeks away before he's going to contest, I would say. But in most other positions, we have some competition, and in some cases, maybe not a lot of competition from a week-to-week basis, but we have quality depth in my opinion. So, it's a matter of who's going to play well each week and people taking their opportunity.
You've obviously had a couple of good tussles with Cass during your time at Leeds, but you've not been to the jungle as a head coach. Are you aware of the rivalry between the two teams and how tough it traditionally is for Leeds? What sort of reception they normally get at Cass? Yeah,
I think from what I've heard, it's in line with many other derbies across the competition, but it's hard fought, and there's been a lot of players play for both clubs over the years as well. So there's plenty of links and plenty of competition. But once it kicks off for me, it's we've got to worry about our own self and do our best to present ourselves well and really have a proper crack.
Have you been asking Durrell for any inside information?
No, not particularly, but I'm sure he'll be chatting to the boys about tendencies that players have, and he can lead in his own way in that regard. But for Durrell, it's getting his own game organised and getting ready to play another good solid game, which I feel he has.
And they've got obviously a handful of ex-Leeds players in their ranks. Do you think they'll have a point to prove? People like Mellor and Broadbent and Muzz, if he plays. And
I'm sure those guys have served Leeds well in the past, and they've gone to Cass for their own reasons, so I'm not sure if they'll have extra motivation or not.
Harry obviously came on the left-hand side of the field on Friday. Is that where you see him playing all season? Because like you said, Nene's just done a brilliant job on the right.
I don't have one player locked into playing in one position for the year.
You think he could benefit from playing on that side, though? Traditionally, Leeds have always had a strong left edge. Do you think we could see that again?
We could definitely see him playing left centre. But we could also see him playing right centre.